The police received hundreds of tips, but none led to the killer's identity. Some believe it was a doctor or surgeon who had experience with surgical procedures, while others think it was a ritualistic killing by a secret society. Let's start with the stories. Let's start with the Somerton Man. On December 1, 1948, the body of a man was discovered on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The man had no identification, and all of the labels had been removed from his clothing. In his pockets were a train ticket, a used bus ticket, an unused cigarette, and a scrap of paper with the words "Tamam Shud" printed on it. Despite extensive investigation, the man has never been identified, and the case remains unsolved. Up next, the boy in the box. In February 1957, the body of a young boy was found wrapped in a blanket inside a cardboard box in Philadelphia. He had been brutally beaten and was estimated to be around 4 to 6 years old. Despite a massive investigation, no one was ever charged with his murder. The boy was never identified and was eventually buried in an unmarked grave. The case has remained unsolved for over 60 years and has captured the attention of people around the world. Down the list, the Dyatlov Pass incident. On February 2, 1959, 9 experienced hikers went on a trek in the Ural Mountains of Russia. Weeks later, their bodies were found with unexplained injuries such as missing eyes and tongues. The tent was ripped from the inside, suggesting they fled the area in panic. Autopsies revealed that some of the hikers had suffered traumatic injuries, like crushed skulls and broken ribs, and others had been found with their clothes ripped and covered. In radiation. The cause of their deaths remains a mystery, with some suggesting they were attacked by aliens, while others believe it was a government cover-up. The Villisca Axe Murders. On June 10, 1912, an entire family and 2 houseguests were killed in Villisca, Iowa, by an axe-wielding killer who was never identified or apprehended. The murder weapon was found at the scene of the crime, but no fingerprints or other forensic evidence was found. Some believe it may have been a member of the community, but others suggest it was a wandering serial killer who targeted families in rural areas. Moving on, the Black Dahlia murder. On January 15, 1947, the body of aspiring actress Elizabeth Short was found mutilated and bisected in a vacant lot in Los Angeles. Her body was drained of blood and her mouth had been cut from ear to ear, giving her the gruesome nickname of the Black Dahlia. The police received hundreds of tips, but none led to the killer's identity. Some believe it was a doctor or surgeon who had experience with surgical procedures, while others think it was a ritualistic killing by a secret society. The last but not least, the Hinterkaifeck murders. On March 31, 1922, a family of 6 living on their farm in Germany were murdered by an unknown assailant who left behind numerous clues but was never identified or captured. Strange occurrences happened on the farm in the weeks leading up to the murders, including footsteps in the snow leading up to the house, a newspaper that nobody in the family had subscribed to, and missing keys. The killer was never found, leading some to believe it may have been a member of the family, while others suggest it was a former employee seeking revenge. These cases remain unsolved after all these years, sending shivers down the spines of those who hear about them. What really happened at Dyatlov Pass? Who killed that entire family with an axe? What drove someone to torture and murder Elizabeth Short? Who was responsible for slaughtering that family on their farm? We may never know the answers, but the mystery and intrigue continue to fascinate us. The thought of a killer still being out there, or of something supernatural being involved, makes these cases even more terrifying. We can only hope that one day the truth will be revealed, but until then, these unsolved murders will continue to haunt us.